So here I am. It's Sunday and it's raining. I don't have much to do, so figured I'd change the brake pads on a trailer. I watched online and they showed how it takes about 5 minutes to change them once you get the wheels and tires off. Anyway, see how much different could a trailer axle be? Well, anyway, here's the new kit. Got the new springs and new retainers, new bolts to hold the retainer in, plus the little plugs to cover up the hole where the bolt is that you retract the calipers before you put the pads in. And the pads, they're pretty beefy and thick. So I think it'd be pretty easy. Get in, obviously got the wheels and tires out of the way, and came down. It's kind of like working in a cave right here for some reason, but got in to look at the pads, and what holds the pads in is this rod right here. Goes around this bolt. It's like an Allen head bolt. It's threaded into the caliper. So all I have to do is pull that bolt out, slide that pin out of there, pop the old shoes out, pads out, pop the new ones in. But it's not that easy. Couldn't get it to turn, so I put my impact Allen head driver in there and tried to break it loose with that, and it kind of began to stretch the inside of that out and still didn't move. I had it lubed up pretty good. So at this point I'm kind of committed to doing the brakes. I'm not sure. I'm going to try one more time to break that bolt loose, but if that doesn't work, I'm going to cut that rod out of the way with my whizzer, and then hopefully be able to put a set of vice grips on that bolt and back it out of there without having it break off. But this job hasn't gone very easy yet, so I imagine what's going to happen is I'm going to cut that retainer out of there, I'm going to break the head of the bolt off, and then I'm going to wind up drilling it out. I'm not 100% sure, but it just feels that way. So anyways, we'll see what winds up happening. He's back. Turn. Let me get a ratchet, put on there, see if I can turn it. Yep. My God, she's turning. What a lucky break for Grandpa. Got that little bugger out of there. Son of a bitch. Everybody's miserable. You'd have one of them come out of there. Alrighty. Now, I can unbolt the unbolt the brake cam. So to the 15/16 inch socket, stack them off. I still have the trailer connected to the tractor, so I've got air going to the trailer brakes, so the brakes are still released. So I didn't have to cage them because the air is holding them. I'll just be able to get this brake can out of the way. All the way right there on the floor. So that'll be it for this side for now. All I gotta get repositioned, I guess, on the other side. Alrighty. So there's a little red plug in there, and behind that is a bolt where you put this special little wrench they give you to back the calipers off. That's where your brake can pushes to release your calipers right there, to release the parking brakes on those. If I pry this little plug out of here, then there's a little bolt in there, so I'll get the tool. Get out with it. Anyway, we got this handy dandy little attachment that comes with the kit. Looks like it's splined or something in there, the inside. It takes a 10mm wrench to turn it, so we'll see how that works. And it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit on there. 10mm is too big. It just looks like a hex bolt, so we'll get something smaller. You have to turn that in order to pull the pads back. Sorry, I stole your light anyway, so got that back. And that will be... Alright, so at this point, I backed the shoes off. I screwed that bolt in, so then it makes plenty of room to get the pads out. One out. This plate goes on the caliper piston itself. Got a hole that lines up in there. And it gives equal pressure. It keeps the pressure, it's so thick it keeps the pressure equal on the pads. When it's pushing on them, it's pretty rugged. So anyway, now I'll get the pads and commence to installing them. So I got my new pads. Cut these babies open. Get them sealed up pretty good. Alrighty, so there's the new pad, pretty thick. That's the old pad. I mean, I think it would have lasted a little longer, but when you take them in for inspection, it wasn't my call. I mean, that still looks like it's got a lot of pad on this one here. About half, a little more than half gone probably, but anyway, it's done now, so. Thinking you have to put the outboard one in first. You have to pull that caliper back a little further. Like that. Then put the other one in. So there's 3 spring doohickeys. One for each pad, and then one for the metal retainer at the end. Okay. I wound up having to pry them back in there. I used this big pry bar to get that spring in there and put it in behind the caliper that way. Pushed up against the spring and was able to start my bolt in there to secure it. So that's in there. New clips, new pads. Looks pretty decent. I'm all done in the back, so I'll put my plug back in there. What you had. I don't know if that adjusts them or not. They're pretty snug. Yeah, you turn. Back in there. Brake can to put back on. I'm going to put some grease on the end of that. They come with grease when you change the brake can, so I'm going to throw some grease in there. So anyway, yep, that's that. Old pads are out. I put some grease in with that ball rides on that brake can. Yeah, so gaining. So that's pretty much it. All I gotta do is put the wheels back on. I mean, it turns alright. So I guess we're good. The end.